Every time the man came home after spending time with the manipulative woman, he would buy a bouquet of flowers for his wife out of guilt. But by then his wife was already gone from the house. A wave of dread suddenly washed over him. He rushed anxiously into his wife's room, only to find all her belongings had disappeared. Not a single piece of her clothing remained. The man finally started to panic. He quickly called his wife in distress, but no matter how many times he tried, her phone just wouldn't go through. What he didn't know was that she had already removed her SIM card, thrown away her wedding ring, and left for a distant place. The reason she left so decisively was because a few days earlier, she had stumbled upon a shocking secret. It turned out the man had secretly recorded their intimate moments. He even had a few friends watching from the doorway. For 3 whole years she lived in the lies he carefully crafted, until one day, while working as a part-time food delivery girl, she accidentally overheard their conversation. Only then did she realize that the car accident 3 years ago was all part of his plan. Everything had been a calculated trap. His goal was to get revenge on her father, because their families were rivals, and her father always outshined him. So he and his friends came up with this twisted plan to humiliate her father. At the signing ceremony 3 days later, he planned to release those private videos, so her reputation would be completely ruined, and her family would never recover. When she heard all of this, her fantasy of love was completely shattered. Fighting back tears, she went in to deliver the food, just wanting to get out of there as fast as she could. But not only did the man fail to recognize her, his friends even insulted her again. As they humiliated her, he just stood by and watched coldly, and in the end even their unborn child was lost after one of them kicked her in the stomach. After being thrown out, she finally broke down in tears. Heartbroken, she called her parents. Hearing her father's warm, familiar voice, she couldn't bring herself to say a single word of truth. She had stubbornly gone against their wishes to be with him, and now she was covered in scars. So she only asked her father for 3 more days. She promised to come home after that. But before that, she had to deal with the videos. Soon she returned to her rental with the hospital's miscarriage certificate. Then she packed away all her clothes. When the man came home and saw the wound on her head, he immediately pretended to be worried and caring. But she only felt nauseous at the sight of him. To destroy the videos, she had to stay calm and play along. She told him she had just bumped into something by accident. After comforting her, he said their 3-year anniversary was in 3 days, and he had a surprise planned for her. She acted surprised, and said she had a gift for him too. When he tried to open it, she repeatedly told him to wait until the day of their anniversary. The man never noticed anything was off, and had no idea that in 3 days, their so-called love would be over for good. The next day, he took her to a hotel under the pretense of a vacation. She didn't know this was just another setup. As soon as she entered the room, a group of thugs barged in. She had no strength to resist. Just when she was about to be assaulted, the man suddenly appeared. He rushed in and beat them up, acting like a hero coming to her rescue. But she knew things weren't that simple, so she pretended to pass out on the bed. Sure enough, the next moment, his conversation with his friends exposed everything. It had all been another staged performance, meant to be the dramatic climax of the video shown at the signing event. But at the last minute he seemed to change his mind. Everyone thought he had truly fallen for her. At that moment she found the chance to grab his phone. She quickly deleted all the videos, then calmly put the phone back where it was. The man had no idea that he was now